Hello and welcome to Stir Crazy Art Classes with Gerald Savine, lesson number 53. We'll be continuing with the painting of the beach huts at Mudiford. But to start off with, I want to show you, not a trick, it's not quite the right word, but drawing or painting a straight line. So often, and in fact it does actually apply to this painting, although I didn't do it when I was started doing the painting, but I'm picking up a bit of the mix of the brown and the blue to give this dark colour. And to do a straight line, if you get the tip of your brush with paint on, and if you give it a little squeeze, if you get a ruler, hold it at an angle to the paper, get your brush, and can you see I've locked? Can you see there's a bit of an angle there? You must, and then if you run the furrow of the brush along the edge of the ruler. I don't know whether you can see this from there, but can you see, look at that lovely straight line you can do. And also, it keeps the same sort of thickness. Can you see how that's worked out? So it's not perfect, but I have to say, if you look at if you go to the website and see some of my paintings, there are quite a lot of straight lines in them. Now, again, I'll just show you, I'll just tip in the ruler up a bit tighter than you need to do it. And I've got my finger on the paper, so the ruler is not moving. So we go again, and I'm going to run along. It's a bit thin there, but can you see? You can doing it like that. You get an even straight line. Okay, so why am I showing you this? If you look under here, you've got dark lines. All right. Now then, last time after I'd finished, I added a bit more here, and I was doing this by hand and not using a ruler, and so these lines got a bit wobbly. So I thought that's why I would show you doing this. And what I did here, to get the dark lines here, I've mixed up the burnt umber and ultramarine blue to give it a black colour. I've put a stronger version of the colours here. Now I'll show you here in a moment. I put a light blue wash on of ultramarine, and then to give the effect of the timber, I'm going to pick up some blue on the tip of my brush. Hope it's going to be strong enough. Now I'm going to work, now again here, I'm just going to pinch that, and I'm going to work my way down. That's a bit thick. Let's make it pinch it a bit more. Go down, down. I don't think you can gradually see them coming along. How much better this is looking than the other ones I did freehand. As I said, I thought before now, the disadvantage I have here is I'm not working quite the same angle I would normally work at when I'm doing a painting. But then hopefully it can help you see what's going on. So I'm going to quickly work my way down here. I can work on one, perhaps give you a good idea of how to work with the other ones. So I'll try and get this finished. And as I said before, unfortunately, these huts here have turned out to be a bit taller than the ones I did originally. But again, it's not important. And you can see also where I've put colour in for the windows. I've put the shadow in using the darker ultramarine. Working my way down. And doing it this way, you can also get these all nicely lined up as well. So I'm going to come there, there, there. So if I show you a little bit more carefully on this particular hut. And also what I'm going to do is, let's come down there. A bit winky wonky, I'm afraid. Right, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick up some of that dark colour mix, the brown and the blue. And what I can do is here, I can use it as a bit of an outline. Now I can go this way round, get the vertical, and again I've got the dark colour on the edge, and I can go up like that. Can you see? Got a fairly even, very straight line. Again, underneath here, I've already put on the darker blue shadow there. We've got a bit of, now we can just do this freehand. That bit there. And again here, what I'm going to do is just make sure it's thin. I'm going to come up against the white of the frame, the door frame. And also I'm just going to put in around here, which is not in the other painting, I have to say. It's coming up there where the door becomes open. Oops, going a bit wonky here. And again across the top here. You'll see the results in a moment. Can you see how that's beginning to come on? Now the other thing is we've got white balustrades and things here, and also the underneath the platform that the building is on. I'm just going to thin the brush down, so I'm going to come across there like that, there like that. What I can do is, while I'm at it, I can come across these ones as well. So, and again, while I'm at it, I'll have a quick go at these ones too. Again, you'll see in a moment, you'll see how it's working. So when you've got a number of things that are the same, or all working together, now and again, underneath the platforms that these are on, we've got dark under there. We can go a little bit dark, bit thicker with the paint there, because it's the platform goes right the way back to the back of the beach huts. This one's at a slightly different angle, coming down. So again, if you can do it like this, it saves you having to mess about too much. Hope you can sort of see how it's beginning to work, all come together nicely. All right. And now I'm also going to do, I'm not going to worry about the ruler for this, but there's a bit of shadow here where the feet, legs are. Now again, be careful it doesn't get too thick. Now, and again where we've got the you can see it just helps to pull out. And also I'm going to freehand draw this one. I'm not, again, a little bit of colour there too. And also where the steps are. You might have noticed as well that from the previous time I've actually put in the browns of the deck chairs, the legs and struts of the deck chairs. I'm going to add in a little bit of colour. Again, I'm going to do this very quickly. You can again use the ruler technique to give you a nice straight line. But I'm just going to. I have fairly steady hand. But the only downside is working on an angle. As much as this is, it's not quite so easy. But hopefully that's. And also, I'm just going to put a bit of extra shadow in under there as well. So hopefully it's giving us just some idea. I'm going to put a bit of shadow underneath where the door opens up. Like that. So that's got, can you see how that's all worked? So if you can get used to have a practice with that technique, with the ruler and the brush. What I'm going to do because we're watching the time, another 5 minutes before we. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to thin down some of that colour to give us sort of a grey, And you might have noticed that this beech hut here, because it's white, painted white, then the timber shadow, and also as we come down you'll notice that we put a round window in, and I put the light blue in with a dark blue shadow to give the effect of the glass. Again, I'll see how things go. We've got another, altogether, we go into the second session for this, then it won't matter. I want it to be thin, but be careful not to get too thin. But again here, as you will see in a moment, but you see, working across like this, you get them all lined up. Now for the moment, because we're beginning to get close to time, I'm going to just move on quickly with this one. Again here, I'm just going to try and thin the brush down. I'm going to come up the side of here. This, you notice this one hasn't got any a balustrade in front of it. A bit more colour in. And then dark shadow under there. Come down this way. Again, I'm in the way of the camera obviously at the moment, but when we reveal it, can you see? You've got more time than I've got, so we're going to have to finish in 2 or 3 minutes. What I've also done, I've put a little bit of shadow round the window frame, and also I've painted in the middle here dark, because looking into the darkness of the interior of the beech hut. See, really, I didn't do this last time, but you know, all these lines could have been painted in the same way. What I'll do in this next session, I'll perhaps have a little look at the boat and a bit more. Can you see again here just how much easier it is when you get this, a nice finish, nice sharp line. So, you know, it's another, you know, thing to learn, another bit of technique in doing your paintings. It's useful to be able to do. Just about got time to paint the shadows around the door frames. And just up there. Now I'm going to have to call it a session, I'm afraid, I think, because we're coming towards the end of the period. Looking at the clock over the other side. And this is number 5, so we're going to paint a number 5 on there. See if I can do this without making a mess of it. Oh well, could be better, could be worse. Okay, so I'll leave that, just call this shadow under there too, where the door opens. Right, so for now, we'll call that a session, and it's fairly short, but at least it gives you a bit more time to see what's going on. So we'll finish off doing the beech huts in the next session. Okay, so I'll say goodbye.